Alright ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my channel. My name is Chandler, better known as Loyalty, and today we are talking about the much requested awesome
Can't say Decepticons.
Can't
say Autobots either.
The awesome machine robot.
Yep, we can allow that.
Of Tankbot. Yep, in today's video, it's all about Tankbot, teaching you how and why you need to use him in FRAG Pro Shooter this series, but also his best map, best combination of implants, and we're going to talk about how good the AI is with him. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment on the video and share it. It all means so much and does help the channel to continue to grow. So thank you to those who are doing it. I really do appreciate it. Now that you've already done that, thank you in advance if you have, and if you haven't, make sure you do so by the end and that would be most appreciated. But without further ado, let's get into today's episode. My name is Lord T, here is my cup of tea, and this is everything that you need to know about Tankbot. Tankbot is a center card of epic rarity. Bulk and damage, well, you're going to love this card. It's absolutely awesome and one of the coolest designs in the game because, well, he's a tank. At level 11, Tankbot boasts 467 HP stat, 117 damage average per second, 10.7 kilometers per hour warp speed, and when he's shooting, it's 5.8 kilometers per hour. Don't forget now that he has a 54 ammo magazine, 600 which is massive, fire rate, and a 55 meter range, and a 1.4 headshot damage multiplier. Savage. He does, however, take 1.9 seconds to reload, but that's absolutely nothing and made up for in his special ability, Tank Mode, which is well named, to be honest. I mean, he's called Tankbot and his ability is called Tank Mode, which in Tank Mode, he's firing missiles that do 181.6 damage per second. It is a 15-second cooldown time, but the duration of this ability lasts a whole whopping 8 seconds. And not only is he dealing massive damage in this, it gives him a 259 HP bonus. He has a 3 meter radius with this weapon, and it has a 7 meter push effect. That's incredible for a tank. In fact, that's incredible for any card, really. He has 2 frag powers. One of them increases his HP by 20%, and the other increases his ability duration by 3 seconds. So you can be a bigger, badder, better tank for, well, longer. When Tankbot was released, I knew this was a card that I wanted to use, and literally like the next day I got his gold skin. It was then that I knew Tankbot was the card for me. He's another one of those cards that doesn't get the usage and people badmouth him that he needs to be buffed, that he's too slow and stuff. Well, that's because they don't know how to use him. I mean, this card has everything. High damage, high HP, and an awesome special ability. When you use him correctly and you're getting those headshots, right, with the bit of skill it takes to play him, you're going to realise how much value there is in Tankbot and why he's honestly one of the top 15 cards in FRAG. He looks cool in no matter what skin you put him in. I mean, I'm flaunting the neon one in this because to me he just looks sinister, he just looks evil, he just looks badass. But being Tankbot, you sit in the middle of the map, you can attack their base. Basically, it's a quality card that lets you control the game regardless to what type of player you are. I've been using him all week and I'm honestly disappointed in myself to how long I've neglected Tankbot from my deck. If we're going to talk about maps that Tankbot excels in, I mean, Payload and Street Flag are some of the ones that he actually does the best in. Bridge map as well. Now don't forget bridge map, alright? The long sights to fire Tankbot's missiles is what gives him that little bonus. But things like Payload, things like Street Frag, I mean, he's a huge tank that's going to be able to soak up the damage, but he gives as good as he gets. So I would pretty much say Tankbot can be used on any map in any game mode. And then of course there's the implants. Now Tankbot is another card that with implants he just goes absolutely insane. I mean, I've got these 4 on him for this purely for the reason to increase his sustainability but deal more damage. So it's without further ado that I've got reduced damage on there to keep Tankbot around. I mean, he's got enough HP already of 467. You could increase the HP. I wanted to reduce damage because I've put my increased HP on other cards. But reducing his damage keeps him around for longer and the opponent's going to be questioning why they're not dealing as much damage to you. I've then decided to stick on slow effect, and this is because, alright, people keep complaining about Tankbot's speed, but if you're slowing the opponent down, then there isn't that speed difference between the both of you. Slow effect keeps the opponent frozen in place for a duration and lets you keep pinging off headshots, because if they're slowed down, they can't run as much. So if you struggle to get headshots, this is really going to help you get that 1.4 bonus multiplier from Tankbot to get even more frags. I've got increased damage on there. I mean, that's a no-brainer. If he's already dealing so much damage, I mean 117 damage per second average, let's increase that even further. That's huge. That pretty much means that within 2 to 3 seconds, the other person's dead from Tankbot. I mean, that's what a tank's supposed to do, right? A tank is supposed to do damage. And then finally, his ability is just incredible. We want that to last as long as possible, so we've got ability duration on there. We want to stay in a tank for as long as we can, gives us the health boost, gives us the damage boost, and pretty much puts all the opponents fragged into oblivion, or if you're targeting their base, it's not going to take you long to blow up their bunker with Tankbot. As for Tankbot's AI, now this is a new feature on the channel that we're talking about, but Tankbot's AI, from my perspective, gets a solid 8 out of 10. It supports you very well when you're even not piloting Tankbot, and it does actually get more frags than often. This can't be said for a lot of cards when the AI is taken over. I mean, it'll chip in, but it won't quite get the damage. The AI knows what to do with Tankbot to get the frags. It doesn't really go for the base as often, it will go for frags. So that leaves you the option to frag away their base or join in with the AI and frag them to oblivion. Now for teammates. So Tankbot could do with a little support, things that are going to make the opponent slower or stop them from functioning so fluently. And I couldn't think of a better card than Cypher to go with Tankbot straight away. Cypher at level 13 is incredible. 532 hit points with an average damage of about 132 per second is massive support for Tankbot. And we're talking about damage, do not forget the fire rate of Cypher. I mean, it's just insane. 628.6. Incredible. Now, do not forget though, its hack wave ability is the main reason I put Cypher in this deck, alright? 14-second cooldown time, 8-second duration, but anything caught in that 26-meter radius from Cypher slows their enemy down and also gives a 1.3 multiplier damage bonus to anything that's hitting it. So that supports Tankbot in 2 ways. 1, it slows the opponent down, and 2, it lets Tankbot deal even more damage to them. So that's a lot of attack. For defense card, I went for a big, bulky form of Prisoner 99. He's massive defense. Now, he also has a headshot multiplier of 1.3. He offers amazing damage and amazing range with his sword ability. He's one of those less used cards, but he's amazing when used by a good player. And with Tankbot and with Cypher being able to freeze and slow them down, it gives Prisoner 99 that little bit more access to be a dominant force in your deck. Then we need a camp card. JB's the go-to with his proxy mines. He offers the damage and defense that we need for any opponent who gets past us, taking away 205.4 HP for any opponent who stands on a mine, meaning any of our cards can take up the opponent with ease. And then, you know, we've got camp, we've got defense, we've got attack. We need a wild card. Let's go for the wild card of BB, the game's mascot. And again, support to heal our team and cards as well with Go BB Go. This special ability heals 74.2 HP per second and increases the speed of anyone in that radius by 1.3. He's such an underrated card. Put him with Tankbot and you'll see Tankbot moving a lot faster. You'll see Tankbot get the HP bonus and you'll see that Tankbot just doesn't die and the opponent's going to be raging and you're going to be getting wins and you're going to be fragging their base and you're just going to be a happy frag player. He's just an overall great card that people need to be aware of how incredible Tankbot is. He has huge HP, he deals massive damage, he has an awesome design. Look no further than Tankbot. He offers everything that you need to get wins in FRAG Pro Shooter. So that's everything that you need to know about Tankbot in FRAG Pro Shooter. Make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, that you do like the video, that you do leave a comment, and that you do share, because every single part of that helps the channel to continue to grow. Thank you to those who have. But my name is Lord T. Here is my cup of tea, and I will see you next time.